Imagine a silent invasion creeping across America's farmlands. An invasion not of armies or machines, but of beasts, feral, cunning, unstoppable. They march by night, hidden in shadows, snorting and grunting as they advance. By dawn, their trail is clear: shredded fields, uprooted crops, broken fences, and the shattered dreams of farmers who wake to find their livelihood destroyed. These are the wild boars, nature's armored tanks, charging headlong into the heart of America's breadbasket. And the devastation they leave behind? Nothing short of catastrophic. From Texas's endless plains to Georgia's rolling hills, from the rice fields of Arkansas to the peanut farms of Alabama, a nightmare is unfolding. Farmers are watching their life's work crumble overnight. Wild boars don't just graze, they obliterate. They tear through corn, soybeans, peanuts, and rice with terrifying efficiency, turning abundance into wasteland. The numbers are staggering. Across 13 states, damages skyrocket past $1.6 billion every year. Texas alone shoulders nearly $871 million, more than some countries spend on national defense. Georgia racks up $162 million. Oklahoma, $116 million. And for the average farmer? That's $2,415 gone each year. For some, that's the difference between holding onto the farm that's been in their family for generations, or watching it fall into ruin. Dreams vanish. Families break under the weight. Fields that once promised harvest now lie in ruins. But while the shadow spreads south of the border, something remarkable is stirring in the north. Canada, vast, cold, and seemingly unbreakable, is mounting its counteroffensive. Farmers there are not just fighting, they are innovating. They wield an arsenal of tools and strategies, sharpened not just by desperation but by determination. Drones that scan the night skies. Poison baits laced with deadly precision. Corral traps triggered by smartphones. Judas pigs fitted with GPS collars, betraying their own kin. It's not just a defense. It's a war plan. A new way of thinking. Could these bold tactics light a fire in America? Could this be the turning point in the battle against these tusked invaders? Because make no mistake, this is a war. And the stakes couldn't be higher. These aren't just pests. They're survivors, intelligent, adaptable, and relentless. Every failed trap, every missed shot, makes them smarter. Every encounter teaches them how to avoid the next one. Their populations surge like floodwaters. One sow can birth up to 12 piglets, twice a year. That's a population explosion of 9% annually, an unstoppable tide of destruction threatening to engulf communities and collapse food security. And then, there's Titan. The legend of Hill County, Texas. An 800-pound monster hog, its tusks curved like sabers, its body built like a tank. Titan was no ordinary feral pig, he was an army of one. Quiet suburbs became war zones when he appeared. One pickup truck swerved to dodge him, flipping and sending its passengers to the hospital. Fences snapped like twigs. Lawns shredded into mud. Night after night, rifle shots echoed across the county, but Titan slipped away, smarter, bolder, more dangerous with each escape. The townsfolk lived in fear, children kept indoors, farmers sleeping with rifles by their doors. Titan became a ghost story told at dusk, a beast too cunning, too strong, to be caught. So how do you stop a monster like Titan? Some turn to hunting. In Texas, it's open season year-round. Helicopters sweep the skies, hunters leaning out with rifles, raining bullets into fields below. Night hunts under the moonlight test patience and nerves. A hunter has seconds to react when a charging hog bursts from the underbrush. One wrong move, and it's all over. And yet, even with 500,000 hogs killed each year in Texas, the population doesn't shrink. It grows. Others turn to walls. Steel fences rise like fortresses, 48 inches high, buried deep into the soil, reinforced with electric wires. They stand as the last line of defense between farmers and ruin. Tough enough to withstand a hog's brute force, or even the impact of a pickup at 15 miles per hour. A declaration of resistance, not here. Not anymore. But while Texas fights with bullets and barriers, Canada sharpens its edge with technology. Corral traps lure entire families of boars inside before slamming shut with the click of a button. Box traps fitted with motion sensors capture stragglers. Night vision drones stalk the wilderness, hunting hogs as if in a spy thriller. Judas pigs lead hunters straight to the heart of sounders, betraying their own. Each capture, each successful operation, is a small but vital victory in a war of attrition. Still, the fight is never easy. Wild boars are cunning survivors. They learn. They adapt. They split into smaller groups when threatened, scattering across Canada's 386,000 square miles of wilderness. Every step forward feels like 2 steps back. And wild boars are not alone. Across the world, humanity is at war with creatures of chaos. In Spain, feral pigs stormed beaches in 2022, scattering terrified tourists. Their raids drained $1.2 million from local economies, forcing emergency calls. In Tennessee, an escaped circus bear rampaged through Gatlinburg, leaving $800,000 in damages before it was brought down. In Montana, coyotes strike under moonlit skies, slipping through fence gaps to slaughter sheep in seconds. Farmers rise at dawn to find their fields painted red. In Africa, lions stalk villages outside Nairobi, killing up to 20% of livestock in a season. Hyenas tear through herds, leaving behind poisoned rivers and $2.5 million in damages. Elephants, majestic, almost sacred, are now battering villages, trampling crops, and causing $7 million in destruction each year. And in Indonesia, the Komodo dragon still reigns as a living dinosaur. 11 feet long, venomous jaws strong enough to crush bone. Only 3,200 remain in the wild, yet their raids cost farmers $5 million annually. To defend their herds, hunters risk their lives armed with rifles, or sometimes nothing but nets and courage. Everywhere the story repeats itself. Animals driven by hunger, survival, and adaptation clash with humans fighting to protect their land. This is not just about crops or money. It's about survival. About identity. About the ancient struggle between man and nature, a struggle that never truly ends. But amid the chaos, there is hope. Farmers, hunters, scientists, and entire communities are refusing to surrender. They're innovating, fighting smarter, pushing back against the tide. Every trap sprung, every fence raised, every drone flight is proof that resilience runs deeper than destruction. The war against the wild is far from over. But the story of humanity is the story of adaptation, of refusing to bow to forces that seem impossible to beat. So here's the question: can humanity outsmart nature's wildest rebels? Or will the tusked, clawed, and fanged invaders claim ultimate dominance? Stay with us as we uncover more from these front lines, where courage meets chaos, where every victory is hard-won, and where the future of farming, wildlife,